Okay, back in Edith with the children? Team... what are they? Oh god. In Team Spriggan interns. Treon Tower. Oh, I should upgrade their weapons.
That's just a rumor, right?
Let's see. I need to buy. Maybe I should.
Let me know if you need anything at all. Please come back anytime.
What can I get for you today?
Purifying spice.
Please come back soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
I carry nothing but the finest.
If you need fresh vegetables and ingredients that are directly sourced from farmers, look no further than Holden Groceries.
Sniper's gloves.
We invite everyone to come and see for yourselves.
Did I not buy... Where the hell did you get... Katzbalga?
Ladies and gentlemen,
You better
your
take good
attention,
care of
please.
it.
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
On the roof of this building, you will find a rest area surrounded by greenery. Should you need a break from your shopping, you are more than welcome to relax there.
Please stop by again!
Wow, we're so high up.
What the hell? Why are they just idle singing?
Let's be on our way.
Treasure Hunter activates on the extra line. Oh right, it's the son of
I
the
see you're
shop.
working hard as always.
Oh, hello. Are you Brenda? Yes, I am, and I assume you're the substitute Spriggans filling in for Van. He mentioned you might stop by while he was gone. Sounds like he laid the groundwork for us then. What a nice guy. Well, he may have a tendency to act aloof at times, but you can always count on him to take care of his own. That particular aspect of his hasn't changed a bit. He mentioned you as well, Elaine. You're here to watch over them in his stead, right? My, someone like you helping Van out. I guess he really has moved up in the world. We actually came here to ask you something. It's about your son, Eddie. Eddie? Has something happened to him? I thought he was finally getting his life on track. I mean, he'd been coming by so often lately. But then he just stopped, and nobody I've spoken to has seen or heard from him either. I'm starting to worry. Well, there's no need to jump to conclusions yet. Although it is a bit concerning that he hasn't been home recently. Eddie hasn't shown up at work either, so his boss at the food stand wanted us to check on him. That's why we came to you. We were hoping he might have told you where he was heading. That boy causing trouble for his boss too. Well, I'm not sure how helpful this will be, but when I last saw him, he seemed a little anxious. He told me he wasn't going to be back for a while. I figured he meant he was going to be busy with work. I have a feeling he's got himself wrapped up in some trouble with that old gang of his. After all, they were pretty angry about him leaving. I'm worried they might still hold a grudge against him. I understand your concern, but I think that the chances of that are pretty low. Most of Desire's higher up are either dead or wounded, and their leader is in custody. As an organised gang, they are practically finished. Yeah, I doubt they have the manpower to go after anyone who's left. Really? But that still doesn't explain where Eddie's gone. Listen, if you have the time, I'd genuinely appreciate you keeping an eye out for him. I need to make sure that idiot son of mine is safe. Leave it to us. We'll do everything we can to find him. Well, now we know he hasn't been home either. Couple that with the fact he didn't tell his mum anything useful, and we're right back where we started. The Blacklight District's probably going to be our best bet then. Considering the people involved, I mean. Actually, I suggest we seek out a more reliable source. I believe Van mentioned wanting to introduce you if the opportunity presented itself. Malibel? Using her Zephyr, Elaine called up this particular reliable source. Bamotti. Hello there, you must be Van's newest little assistants. My name's Bamotti and I'm a bartender. However, I'm also known for my intimate relations with Van. Is that so? Oh, I'd love to hear any stories you have. Although I understand any hesitancy you may have about him, he's one of the best information dealers out there. Both Van and I make great use of him. But with that, let's get back to business. Bamotti, there's something we'd like to ask you. Anything for you, Elaine. Based on the timing, I assumed you'd like to know about the happenings surrounding Desire. It sounds like you know exactly what's going on then. Of course I do. These past few days, their remaining members have been disappearing one after another. It would seem the other gangs have finally declared hunting season. Some of their members have faced capture already, though many have gone into hiding. Hunting season? Desire was an organization with cunning leadership, and that leadership always makes sure they were at the top of the underworld. To see their ambitions fulfilled, however, they made the choice to trample upon a number of other gangs. Unsurprising, this created enemies. Enemies who have the perfect opportunity to enact revenge on their past tormentors, now that Desire's down on its luck. Is that the gist of it? Gist of it? Bingo! The situation has been escalating at a rapid pace lately. Most of these hunters aren't even attempting to hide who they're targeting anymore. Actually, it seems that one group was recently acting up at the Centre Marché. That might be a good place to start. Right, I appreciate the intel. We'll head over now. There's no need for thanks. After all, only the best for my dearest Van and Elaine. Swin and Nadia, darlings, feel free to use little old me to your advantage in the future. If you're ever in a pinch, just give me a ring. Of course, we'd appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, Barry. Oh god. Oh my, now that's a new one. I'll be looking forward to chatting with you in the future, Nadia. Well, it looks like our next destination is set. We'll look into what the gangs were doing at the marché and see if we can get some info on Eddie. Yes, we don't know for certain if he's the target of this hunting season. But you have to admit the timing's a little convenient. No way it's not related. We don't have any other leads at the moment either. Let's find someone familiar with the Marche and see if they know anything.
Here I go!
Hey there. How's business treating you?
How is business treating you?
What's it gonna be? Later.
Oh, why did I buy that? I already have some.
Please, check out my wares.
Do you have a moment?
People going after former Desire members? Yes, something like that happened around here. Some people last night in the back alleys were wondering if I saw anyone that could be a Desire member. I didn't want to get involved, and personally, I think it's much more interesting to watch from the sidelines. I see. It doesn't look like there's much of a hunt going on now, though. That's probably because they moved to another location. Hehe, you're a sharp one. The Desire members aren't idiots. If someone comes to search you out, you'll naturally find a place to lay low for a while. A place to lay low. I would think that most likely place to do so would be the sewers. Up until recently, Jeffrey and the others were using it as a temporary hideout. I think you might just be right. I saw some rough-looking types run off in that direction a little while ago. I'm guessing they were found out and had to resort to bunkering down in the sewers. Sounds like we got here just in time then. Let's head out. Why? Desire was made up of nothing but lowlifes, sure. But those other 2-bit gangsters aren't any less rotten for kicking them while they're down. It's the sort of thing that's fun to read about from an outsider's perspective, but the more you find out, the farther away from it you want to get. God. Considering the info we found in the Marken Garten, Almata's legacy is most likely hidden somewhere in Messeldom, which also happens to be the site of a former Almata stronghold. This definitely seems worth looking into. Beauty Blade has done a job for our substitute Spriggans. Has a job. Beauty's Blade has a job for our substitute Spriggans, something to do with the Orbal Net. Apparently she was sent our way on recommendation of a certain ex-Kitty. If someone wanted to mess with the Orbal telecommunication systems, my bet is they'd head straight for Trion Tower. Let's start our investigation there. The 5 laws of a Spriggan. 1. Never accept less than 1,000 mira per hour. 2. Complicated matters only. 3. Only eat sweets 10 times per day. 4. Sleep whenever you can. 5. A life of leisure is the goal, but we'll still make sure the job gets done. Elaine showed me some footage of a red fairy and a strange monster recently. Looks like trouble walking, but I'm not about to let myself get falsely accused for their crimes. Honestly, this request is a bit heavier than I'm used to, but with Elaine on our sides, tracking down the culprits should be no problem. Marduk's latest business venture, the Merkengarten, has been taken over by an unknown third party. Considering the timing, it's probably got something to do with that Crimson Grendel we fought. We'll be able to access virtual space with Mayor's help, but we're going to want to proceed with caution.
Please, check out what I have on offer.
Damn it! Didn't I just say we were in the wrong? Please, just let me go. I'll give you all my mirror. Shut up. No amount of mirror is going to pay us back for all the years of suffering you guys put us through. Desire's reign is at an end. Now get down on your knees and... Oh. Desire's reign is at an end. Now get down on your knees and beg like the dogs you are. Huh, guess the Desire's pricks weren't so high and mighty after all. It pisses me off that we were under their heel for so long. How's about we tie their legs and let them go for a swim? No, please, you don't really want me to die, right? What's with the sudden appeal for mercy? Don't you remember what you did shit like this? That'll be enough of that, I think. Sorry, but I'm not willing to overlook senseless violence. Who the hell are you? This is none of your business. Looks like that info was spot on. They should know what's going on. Well, they spill their guts one way or another. Although I would prefer we not resort to violence if we can help it. If you answer all our questions, this matter can be resolved peacefully. Hey, that woman over there, isn't that the Blade or something bracer? The hell are you talking about? Do you think some famous person would get involved in our little spats? Look, I don't know why you're here, but if you get in our way, you better be ready for a beating. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Boo, why can't you losers learn to use your brains for once? If you already made up your mind, then let's get this over with quickly. Eek! And there he goes. Leave him be for now. We need to take care of the perpetrators first. Perpetrators. Damn it, you let them get away. They're just a couple of brats. Come on, let's get rid of them. Oh, that woman looks like she can totally kick our asses, though. She'll be too busy defending the kids. Just surround them. Here they come.
Just try and take me.
Fine, let's play.
You're freaking dead!
Here you go.
We'll win! Too slow! Grin! Nadia!
Seriously?
Hey, I can't move my body. What did you do? Is this a string? It won't come off. Yep, it's a special thread of mine, as fine as spider's silk. The strongest of the strong couldn't get out of this stuff. It'd be practically impossible for guys like you to get out of it. That's what you think. Well, if that won't hold you back, why don't we try this? Huh. What? What did you do to me? Oh, I don't feel so good, so dizzy. All I did was give the thread a little tug. More importantly, are you going to answer our questions or not? Honestly, I'm fine with whatever you choose. We'll just leave you here and wait for all the blood to build in your head. Do you want to know what happens after that? I know what you're concerned, but you can leave it to Nadia. This method never fails to get results. She won't cross any lines. Yes, well, considering you two were trained by the Gardens, forgive me if I have my concerns. I understand you have faith in her, but there's almost certainly a difference between what you and I believe crosses the line. Just know that if things get out of hand, it'll be my duty to stop her. With Elaine's input, Nadia was made to perform a more subdued line of questioning on the gang members. In the end, they informed the group of their aims without creating any further fuss. So it seems that Eddie really was a target. It doesn't sound like anyone's managed to find him yet, though. I don't think they were lying either. Ah, that reminds me, Brenda said he dropped by a few days ago, right? Yeah, and that's when he mentioned he wouldn't be around for a while. In light of what we know about the hunt for former Desire members, it seems most likely that Eddie hid himself away so as not to get his mother involved. However... However... Why does it sound like that's clipping? However... Oh, it is clipping. However, However, there's no guarantee he can keep himself safe until the end. However, why does saying how put so much more energy in? However, there's no guarantee he can keep himself. However, However, there's no guarantee. However, there's no guarantee that he can keep himself safe until the end. Our client's request was to figure out what happened to him, so we should focus on actually finding him first. At the moment, nothing else matters. In that case, why don't we head to the Saden district? Based on what those gang members said, it seems that that's where he's most likely to be. They did say that a former Desire member had holed up somewhere over there. It also sounded like they'd already started their search of the area. We should hurry. Okay, Saden district. You're an angel. There's a police station in the area, so it should be relatively safe around here. However, this spot in particular is known to... However, why is that? However, this spot in particular is known to be a place where shady people frequent. No, stop! Hey, what do you think you're doing? The kid's got nothing to do with this. Stop, get back here. What was that? Let's go take a look. We just heard a scream. Is everything alright? These gangsters just came out of nowhere and accused of us hiding someone. We told them we didn't know what they were talking about, but they took Frawler with them as a hostage anyway. Frawler? She's one of the girls on our team. Simon, our captain, went to go chase them down. It looks like we don't have time to waste. Do you know where they might have gone? The waterworks entrance under the bridge would be my best guess. They ran off in that direction at least. It'd be the most likely hiding place. Got it. Leave everything to us. The sewers again? It's like they're in the smell or something. No time for complaining. Let's go. This must be the Saden Waterworks. Nadia, you sensing anything? Yeah, feels like a bunch of people just came through. Here, I think I can hear some voices too. They must be up ahead. We're not too late. I've heard that you two are quite skilled, but that was an impressive analysis. This does seem to be where the gang members ran off to. Let's remain cautious moving forward.
I wish I could stay like this forever.
Thus, additional members were added to the Marken Garten incursion team. Van and his crew then connected to the same session for a face-to-face meetup in digital reality.
Holy crap. So, all of this is virtual right now? Almost feels like we're really here.
It does feel like that.
And we can even use our stigmas. Those Marduk engineers must be on some crazy shit.
Indeed. This outlandish technology far exceeds the phase spaces thaumaturgy can create. We may be well served taking this opportunity to collect some information on Marduk. Disregarding, of course, the brazen assumption that lending our aid once means we're at your beck and call.
Always gotta get the last word in, don't ya? All the same, though, I appreciate you agreeing to pitch in. Mirabelle okayed it without a second glance, too. Guess she's expecting to get some good data out of you.
Look at us, teaming up with Dominions again. Who'd have thunk it? There's not a lot right, just 12 or something. We'd only ever gotten to know 2 up until now. Yeah, well, we've already heard plenty about you. Word is you were kind of... Oh, jeez. Word is you were kind enough to turn over some artifacts to us a while back. But not before busting one of them into pieces the last time Crossbow went balls up. This is the first I'm hearing of that. I reserve the right to remain silent. Who's that supposed to fool? Enough teasing, Celis. You've had your fun. It's not worth pointing fingers at this stage. We know it was unavoidable consequence. Anyway, it's nice to finally put some faces to all the rumours. This probably won't be a long-term thing, but hey, good to work with you. Likewise. Cecil and Leon can now be added to your party. Okay. I wasn't sure if there'd be another level already. Yep. God, our voice is annoying.
Taking point!
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Simon, come on, we all know about your friendship with Mark. I get that you're trying to cover for your friends in Desire, but even Eddie, that's real low. I'm only going to say this once. Talk about Mark again and you'll get a face full of fist. That's besides the point anyway. I ain't covering for anyone. And even if I was, Eddie left Desire ages ago. What? You think we'd just take his word for it? If you don't start talking, I'm sure we can find another way to get those lips flapping. Simon, the longer it takes for you to fess up, the more time we have to think up ways to put this girl to good use. Oops. I'm sure we can have all kinds of fun with her. But if that idea doesn't sit well with you, maybe it's time to rethink where your loyalties lie. You dirty bastards. Warhammer 3 or Valhalla? That's Total War Warhammer, right? Well, I had no idea what that's like, so Valhalla. Until it crashes. That's odd. I apologize for the delay, but we'll be taking it from here. Some wannabe heroes, huh? You've got a hostage. Try anything and see what happens. This girl's skin will split like a grape. A hostage definitely complicates things. If push comes to shove, we might need to rely on Nadia's abilities. Rah! Get your dirty paws off her. Hey, it's Eddie. Oh, damn this kid. Eddie? Finally decided to show your face, huh? Eddie? Well, that was certainly unexpected. Frawler, get over here. Simon, got it. Don't worry about me. Take the kid and get out of here. Alright, thanks. Be careful. So the Bren escaped, huh? But damn. You sure picked a good time to jump in, Eddie. Saved us the trouble of having to look for you. Look, if it's me you want, nobody else has to be involved. So you're Eddie, huh? You have a bit more backbone than I was expecting. We were asked by Thompson and your mother to find you. The manager and my old lady, huh? Bunch of busybodies. Well, for the moment we can see that you're fine. We'll talk about what comes next after we deal with these guys. I downloaded Divinity Original Sin earlier. The first one. For some reason I have a bit of an itch. But I don't know. You better be ready to show us a good time after you ruin all our fun. Make sure you get your hands on Eddie. He'll be a pain in the arse if he runs off again. Don't worry about me. I've dealt with my share of punks before. Of that, I have no doubt.
Just try and take me.
Just try and take me.
Cypher.
Our time to shine.
You're going down!
You can't best me.
You're going down!
Gotcha. We can win.
I believe in you, Ace.
There.
Ha!
Keep it up, Nadia.
Bastard!
Here we go.
Seriously?
If that gone any longer, I might have been in trouble. Give up. You have no chance of winning. Unless you wish to be needlessly injured, I suggest you surrender. Shut up. We ain't gotten down that easy. Come on, get up. I'll call the others. Oh, what did I use? I don't remember. Was it swords? It might have been an axe. Or it might have been a dagger. There's one really good dagger. But I think I definitely went with a shield, I think. And then when I finished the game, I started messing around with like the two-handed stuff. In my playthrough last, yeah, I don't think it's private because I didn't finish. I think in my playthrough from last year, it was Varen's axe, or there's a dagger, but I can't. Oh, obviously, I don't highlight it. Yeah. I think it was just whatever weapon had Raven ability damage, whatever it is. The stealth stuff. These guys don't know when to quit. Guys who can't tell when to give up aren't exactly popular with the ladies, you know. I sure am tired though. It's okay if I take a little nap here, right? Why would that ever be okay? If you're tired, you're more than welcome to have a rest in our hotel suite. Who the hell's this? You're... Oh. Oh, right. Now I remember. Yeah. What's it name? X something. X32? X23. Yeah, Laura Kinney. They're the ones from the fake kidnapping. Yeah. They're the ones from the fake kidnapping case, aren't they? I heard the old man was her bodyguard. Has that actress been in anything recently? Where is it? Daphne Keane. No. Oh, she's in Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Oh, the cult, right. They're the ones from the fake kidnapping case, aren't they? I heard the old man was her bodyguard. Well, what are you doing here? Especially you, Bazelia. You promised you'd stay out of trouble. That's my line, Eddie. You knew you'd be in danger, but you still ran off on your own. God. Is her money worth it? If you don't want to cause trouble, then don't make others worry on your behalf. I see. I believe I understand the issue now. Let me be clear. Eddie is no longer involved with Desire. In fact, he's been received as an important guest at our hotel. I'd like to ask that you take your leave. If you bring harm to our guest in any way, shape or form, we will show no mercy. What a pain in the ass. Screw it, there's no benefit of bagging Eddie anymore. Let's just clear out. Are you kidding? We're gonna give up just like that? You don't get it, do you? Bringing him in wasn't gonna make us any nearer anyway. And with these guys involved, the costs outweigh the benefit. So, I'm free? I don't have to keep hiding? Mr. Rumsfeld, thank you for your help. It seems you are far more involved than I imagined. Care to explain how you ended up here? Of course. We've known Eddie for a while now, you could say. We only did what we could to help him. However, you must all be exhausted after that incident. Rather than standing around in a sewer, why not return with us for more comfortable lodgings? And some sweets. So, in other words, you were holed up around here the entire time? Yeah, as soon as the other gang started taking revenge, I figured it was only a matter of time before they came for me. I didn't want to cause any trouble for my old lady, so I thought I'd just lay low until it blew over. Actually, I started chatting with Bezelia here through orb mail some time ago. When he suddenly stopped answering my messages, I was worried sick. I felt like I had no choice but to put a search out for him. We finally found him taking shelter in an abandoned building. Of course, Eddie was hesitant to come with us, but we couldn't just leave him all alone and defenseless. I owe him a lot, so I wanted to do everything I could to help him in return. That's right, he helped resolve the kidnapping situation you were involved in, didn't he? Ah, I remember now. Van's note said something about Eddie thwarting the leader of Desire's real goal. Well then, I trust you now understand why we were so adamant on protecting Eddie. Originally, he had intended to offer him a place to stay in safety. However, he eventually ended up running off into danger all on his own. I suspect you can surmise the rest. I know they did me a solid by covering for me. I shouldn't have run off like that. But those rats started bringing in people who had nothing to do with any of this. I couldn't let that happen. You've truly matured, Eddie. However, it should be known that Miss Bezelia was the one who decided on coming to your aid. He was so brave for standing up to them. I just wanted to give him a hand. Wow, I guess I really owe you one, huh? Well, aren't you two an interesting pair? I suppose it's more of a sibling relationship though, much different from me and S. Yeah, sure. Anyway, we've already contacted Thompson. He should be here soon. I see. Looks like I made him worried too. Do you think he'll be mad? I know everything's settled down, but if he or my old lady got wrapped up in this, I don't think you need to worry about that. Those gang members mentioned that they weren't getting much benefit from targeting former Desire members. I think they've given up on pursuing you any further, Eddie. You should be safe. I've already reported this situation to the guild. Any hunt of theirs will be put to an immediate end. Wow, you already gave a report to the guild? You've really got your stuff together, Blade Lady. I guess that means I don't need to go back to hiding then. You found Eddie. Thompson, sorry for making you worry. There's no need to apologise. I heard you had a lot on your plate. From now on, I hope you'll feel you can come to me for any help you might need. And you all, thank you very much. It seems you went well beyond just finding the boy. I'll be sure to send the payment over as soon as I can. Thank you. We were happy to help. Another successful day of substitute sprigganing. I'd also like to thank everyone at the hotel for all you've done for Eddie. Please, it was no problem at all. We simply returned an old favour. Yes, Eddie helped me, so it was my turn to help him. Eddie, you should make sure to take it easy for a while. I'm sure your mother must be worried sick. I'm sorry to ask more of you so soon, but would you mind making sure he gets home safely? Yeah, no problem. The adventure doesn't end until you're safe and sound in bed. Hey, don't go thinking you can start pushing me around. I'll go see my old lady if I wanna. Can't you be a little more honest with yourself? You care for your mother quite a lot after all. Well, of course I do, but it's kind of embarrassing. Geez, I ain't got a leg to stand on when it comes to you, Brasilia. Fine, I'll pay her a visit. I'm glad to hear it. Actually, this is a good chance for me to finally meet your mother. I've been wanting to meet her for a while now. Yes, seeing as you and Miss Brasilia plan to remain in contact, I would appreciate the chance to learn more about you. It's prudent that I thank the woman who raised such a fine young man. What? You're all overreacting. Hey, you guys, say something. Thank you so much for finding my idiot son. The same to you as well, miss. I appreciate all the trouble you've gone to bring him back. Can't believe they actually came home with me. There's hardly any need for thanks, ma'am. We were pleased to help you where we could. That being said, have you heard of the rather fantastic display of courage that Eddie gave? Yes, even though he was being hunted, he went out of his way to help others in need. And when that happened, he said, "My goodness, to think my little troublemaker could be so brave. You don't need to go over every little thing I did. Come on, this is so embarrassing. I think we can see ourselves out. Yes, we did our best to protect the peace. For now, let's leave them be." They were just getting to the good stuff. Yeah, maybe next time.
I hope I was of assistance.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Okay, time for a quick drink break. Okay. Time to go visit the tower.
Okay, ready to go?
Okay, ready to go. When attacking from the side or back... what's the point of putting loading tips? The same day, 11:05 AM, 3rd District, Trion Tower. Oh, it's the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, so this is Trion Tower.
We'd only ever seen it from a distance. It makes a way bigger impression up close.
Can you believe that me of 5 minutes ago used to think Orcus Tower was the cooler one? Guess I'm gonna have to redo my ranking.
Keep in mind that Crossbell's Orcus Tower serves a very different purpose from Trion Tower. It wouldn't be fair to judge them by the same metrics. Yeah, names aside, Orcus Tower is more of a skyscraper. Trion Tower, on the other hand, is better described as general infrastructure. It acts as a relay transmitter for broadcasting audible waves throughout Edith, and that's only one of the various roles it fulfills. Managing all of Edith's network comms has probably been the biggest one these last few years. Hold on, something doesn't quite add up here. Trion Tower was designed by Professor Epstein, right? I think it was supposed to be Einstein, sort of. And that was 50 years ago, just after the Orbital Revolution. Correct. It was initially built as a clock tower, complete with meteorological instruments. About 20 years later, they installed a radio facility. It took another 2 decades before they implemented support for all manner of orbital communication waves. But the tower's overall shape and frame are basically unchanged. Which implies Professor Epstein saw modern orbital networking coming a whole half-century before it was invented. That's rather far-fetched, though it's a little frightening how I can't actually refute you. Pretty flaky of the guy to leave behind all these crazy predictions and inventions behind. It's definitely not impossible though. Oh, who cares about all that mumbo jumbo anyway? This is the perfect chance to take in all the sights. Come on, S, what should we hit up first? Do we look like tourists to you? If we're making the rounds, covering the establishments around the mall would be a good start. As far as views go, the most impressive one here can be found on the tower's observation deck. That's been the case. What do you say we save the best till last? Now you're talking. Good thing we have a local to give us the inside scoop, huh? Are you sure about this? We're still on the job here. This is the route we'd have to take on our investigation anyway. Besides, there's no harm in mixing business with pleasure a bit on your first day in the capital. I imagine you haven't had much chance to enjoy the city outside of your forest BGs. Wow, if Beauty's blade had a third B, it'd stand for big-hearted. No wonder everyone looks up to you. Yeah, you're almost nothing like Van said you'd be. And what exactly did Van say I would be? Crap, open mouth, insert foot. Oh, you know, scary, demanding, the kind of lady we should watch our steps around. Hey, what'd you go and tell her all that? Because I'm an ally to scorn beauties all over the world. Since when? Well, that's enlightening. I'm sure Van was only playing it up for laughs. Oh, no need to defend the man, he can do himself in person. Who knew smiles could be that scary? A maiden's heart is like a maze of landmines. Better start taking notes, S.
Welcome to the Treon Mall. Here you'll find Treon Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also find the Vern store,
Oh, the
movie
Vern
theater,
store.
boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Oh, this is definitely modelled after an Apple store.
Visit the new Liberal Boutique, which just opened this year, to sample a...
Looks like business is booming. This is one of the Vern Company's retail locations. No wonder, you can't go anywhere without hearing that name. Naturally, they sell a variety of orbments for home use, but in recent times they focused their efforts on bringing Zephyrs to general consumers. The all-in-one communication devices found here offer the same specifications with none of the combat functionality. You can even give them an in-store test run before making a purchase. Zephyrs, huh? Nadia and I use them ourselves. It's impressive how far they've come without the Epstein Foundation's involvement. It feels like they're leaps abound ahead of the old Vern versus Renford rivalry now. It's kind of bittersweet though. Call me old school, but I've gotten pretty attached to the Enigma and Arcus units. Oh, it's the princess. And the professor. Oh, those people there. Hey, is that who I think it is? Let's go up and get a closer look. Good idea, we may as well stop by and say hello. The stairwell should be just behind that door. Is this a Vernbook Pro or a Vernbook Air?
Welcome to the Treon Mall.
Is this a Vern phone?
One of Edith's major landmarks.
Technology back in my day.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Are those security robots?
It's
They don't
R2-D2.
look like the ones I'm used to seeing.
Those are Robovacs. As I recall, they're newly manufactured by the Vern Company. I hear they're testing them out here at Treon Mall.
This should be a household staple.
What'll you have?
Silver headphones.
Come again. Make these things do all the cleaning for me.
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
God, he's happy, isn't he?
Good news, everyone.
Please stop by
Mission has
again.
finally
Please
made
stop
its
by
way to Calvard.
again. head to the second floor.
Welcome to the... Thank you again for putting this detailed analysis together. I'll make sure to pass it along to Professor Schmidt. And thank you too, Your Highness. We greatly value your input as one of our sponsors.
You're quite welcome. Please give the professor my regards.
I have a feeling my father and brother will be just as pleased with the results.
It is her!
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Who is she?
Swin.
Oh, no.
Nadia! It's
What's
been
one
too
name?
long.
From Cold Steel. The council president.
Miss Herschel, Professor Hamilton. A pleasure to see you again.
What was her name again?
Ah, Elaine. Good day to you.
That's LaToya Hamilton, one of Epstein's 3 disciples.
So, wait. You already know each other?
Oh, Toa, that's it.
Elaine and I have known each other for some time now. We met when I was on assignment for NGO work.
That's right. Her assistance at the time was invaluable. I don't believe I've met your other companion, though.
How do you do, Miss Eau Claire? And hello to your friends as well. I am Jita Osval, daughter of Grand Prince Salman of
Jita.
Elsheim. What a blessing it is to meet so many new people today.
The Princess of Elsheim?
You must be Crown Prince Sharid's younger sister. I recall seeing you at the racetrack the other day. It's an honor to formally make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you were there as well? I've heard many a story about Beauty's Blade, but it's nice to finally put a face to the name. My brother has much to thank you bracers for.
It's really no trouble at all. The Guild appreciates his generous support.
Oh, wow! A real-life princess! What a cutie patootie!
Do me a favor and behave for once.
Swin and Nadia, was it? It's clear that you're friends of Towers. But you don't quite seem to be bracers. Yes, because they're assassins. They're like the opposite. They aren't. I've temporarily enlisted their help with a request is all. That's right, we just started a new gig in Edith as substitute spriggans. From missing cats to apocalyptic threats, S over here can handle anything. Thanks for overselling it, and don't act like all the work goes to me. Ah, now I understand. You're Arkride Solutions' interim replacements. I must say, the two of you make quite a distinctive pair. It's the hat, isn't it? My brother has told me all about Arkride Solutions, and you're filling in for them? How wonderful. Imagine that. I'm a little surprised to see you two in that line of work. It fell into our laps, more or less. You think you're surprised? What are you doing all this way from Erebonia Tower? Let me guess. Is it the old NGO grind? Yeah, it's one I got to help with after graduating FORS, the International Cooperative Organization. Things are beginning to pick up with them again, and I have some other business to take care of in Calvard anyway. So I made the choice to relocate here at the start of the year. Oh, that checks out. The ICO, huh? Feels like they keep ramping up their visibility more each year. Yes, their group addresses all sorts of international challenges that local governments can't handle on their own. And there's been an increasing trend of those kind of issues throughout the country recently. Even here in the capital, Miss Herschel has been hard at work in more fields of expertise than I can count. It's difficult to believe that her real job is teaching at the Imperial Military Academy. Was she a teacher? I guess she did it after the game. Yup, she's been one busy bee, alright. Oh, stop it. I don't do much at all, really. I wonder if Reen's still a teacher. Ah, but enough of that. Back to this substitute spriggan business. How riveting. It has the air of something out of a movie or novel. I don't mean to impose, but would you mind telling me about the case you're currently working on? Neither of us has a problem with it, but it's up to our client to decide how hush-hush we have to be. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a few details. So Edith has been having awful network problems. My brother told me about everything that happened in Basel last year as well. Things aren't bad enough to be an actual problem yet, but it's sketchy all the same. Would you happen to have any insight, Professor? As a matter of fact, I received a brief report about this, courtesy of the Verney Company. Unfortunately, there isn't much I can add at this stage, but at the very least I have confidence that you're on the right track. Nice, we got the Prof's stamp of approval. Even the smallest crack can eventually grow into a chasm. Our lack of foresight with those nuclear devices last year led to tragedy, and what we're seeing now may be the early signs of something similar. All this to say, I appreciate your investigating the matter. Of course, if there's even a hint of a malicious agenda behind this, we'll root it out and nip it in the bud. Spoken like a true bracer. Maybe my hearing's going, but that didn't sound like a royal we to me. I'm sure Elaine can manage, but we'll be counting on you two to help her get to the bottom of this. I'm sure Elaine can manage, but we'll be counting on you two to help her get to the bottom of this. Would that offer more than well wishes? Still, I look forward to hearing the tales of your exploits. And if there's anything at all we can do to help, don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you, Professor. We'll just excuse ourselves then. See you later.
Okay, I think we've hit up all the spots worth visiting.
Then I suggest we head for the tower.
Oh, look! It's Mishy!
Mishy? This is Quincy Company Store. They're one of the biggest confectioners in Zamira. Your parents run this biz, right, Blade Lady? Oh, maybe you can get us some freebies. Read the room, Nadia. From what I remember, their president was arrested last year. Unfortunately, my involvement in the business ended when I took off from home. I'm afraid that means family benefits are out of the question. Aw, man. I can certainly give you my recommendations though. Why don't we browse around? Oh, didn't realize you made such a clean break from them. I feared the worst after that debacle with father, but things seem to be recovering for the most part. That's one worry off my mind.
Hello there!
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find
Eclairs.
Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll
Thank
also
you.
find the Fern Store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Oh, toilets.
Visit the new Liberal Boutique, which just opened this year, to sample a range of imported goods from the Liberal Kingdom.
Oh, what am I supposed to do now? My mirror's as good as gone at this point. Get a hold of yourself, Ned. This is no time to call it quits. Maybe I could try out that thing people keep whispering about.
Please check it
Whispering about? Liberal.
Welcome
The Liberal
to the Liberal
Boutique.
All our products are shipped directly from Liberal.
Good news, everyone. Mishy has finally made his way to Calvard.
We'll be looking
They deal
forward
in
to your
specialty
next
goods and
visit.
souvenirs from the Liberal Kingdom.
Pay him a
I've
visit
never
today,
been to a
and then
place
go
like this
wishy
before.
with Mishy.
Mishy! Hey, Mishy, over here. It blows my mind how one simple mascot could take both the Empire and Republic by storm. That's no easy feat when you think about it. All of Mishy's brand management in Calvard is handled by Valis Investment Bank. Much of his popularity here can be attributed to their financial might. That being said, what's eating at you? You two are familiar with the original Mishy, correct? Take a closer look if you would. It's got like a skirt. Compare the Mishy you know to the way this one has been localized for the Calvardian market. It is different, yeah. Obviously the most drastic discrepancy is the head to body ratio. Oh yeah. But the size of his ears and the pattern on his tail differ subtly as well. Moreover, exaggerating his paws ends up compromising any sense of unity in his design. When added together, these seemingly minute factors have a considerable impact on his overall silhouette. Granted, this Mishy does have his own charms, but I'm disinclined to call him authentic. Jeez. Wow, we've got a connoisseur over here. Just let her have this one. Mishy!
How can I help you?
Camel wallet.
Please come again. How can I help you? Please come again.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
I can't even see.
Are you done sightseeing around the tower? Yeah, we've had our fill. So, now that we're taking a turn around Treon Mall, what are your thoughts? It's a good family vibe for people our age, and there's plenty of family-friendly spots too. Plus, it'd make a halfway decent date spot. I give it 4 stars. She wasn't looking for a review. Did you already forget why we're here? Who, me? No way. My clue radar just never went off. That's all. I kept an eye out myself, but I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary either. What about you, Swin? Same as you two. Nothing special. I see. That just leaves the tower itself, huh? As much as I'd like to be all, woohoo, let's go. This is the part where we have to start taking things seriously, huh? The observation deck is open to the general public, but any orbital network facilities will be located elsewhere. I should be able to give us permission to investigate on that front. But we may want to see what the staff can tell us at first. Makes sense to me. Break a leg, Blade Lady. We'll be waiting right here for you. You aren't coming? Talking things out probably will go a lot smoother without us. Trust me, we'd only get in your way. Well, alright. Make yourself comfortable. I'll go speak with the relevant employees and circle back. Alone at last. You know what that means. Yes, time for a dating montage. Let's take a rain check on that. There's something else I'm curious about. Hey, there you are. Welcome back. You're by yourself? Where's Swin? I sent him on a little errand, but he should be back real soon. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, yes. That was quick. Found anything out? Unfortunately not. I spoke with security, but no one saw any suspicious person entering or leaving the building. The communications facilities and equipment aren't much different. Nothing unusual has been reported at all during their periodic inspections. So we're fresh out of leads. On the surface, yes. But that may change if we can examine the main control systems directly. That's why I took the liberty of getting us clearance. This is your area of expertise, right, Nadia? You really do your homework, huh? But you know, there is one other thing we can try. There is? You all done, Nadia? Just about. The comparison results should be popping up any second now. Results for what exactly? Operation RoboVac Trackdown. I beg your pardon? Our perpetrator is among them. They are? Probably. I think you've just tried her patience enough. Just give it to her straight already. Fine, fine. First, let me redirect your attention to one of the many mech janitors roaming around us. At the risk of repeating myself, those automated cleaning machines operate exclusively in the 3rd District. They were brought in on a trial basis by Valis Investment Bank, one of Trion Tower's biggest sponsors. Right, but we reached out to Tower, who got in touch with Professor Hamilton, and she gave us the Robovac spec sheet, plus the source code for their main system. Just goes to show, connections are everything. I'm surprised Professor Hamilton would authorize that. It turns out her offering to help wasn't just to be polite. Yeah, sweet old ladies like her are the best. So now we just use that data to analyze the Robovac's behavioral routines. Adjust for the area's cartographic info, along with the active unit count and time frame. Bish bash bosh, and presto, a complete map of every Robovac's pathing route. I didn't even realize that was possible. Well, only because we had all the other parameters first. Damn it, I forgot to change the game. Well, besides, those calculations tell us where they're supposed to go, not where they actually went. That's where S came in clutch. I went around attaching transmitters to every Robovac that went nearby. Obviously, there was no way I could get every single one, but luckily for us, they can detect and coordinate with any friends of theirs nearby. So, as long as there's enough units that are being tracked, we can get a bead on pretty much all of them. Now, if I take the expected routes from earlier and cross-reference them with the ones on record, would you look at that? Some of them don't line up. Meaning they were hacked? Bingo! There are security checks for people going in and out of Trion Tower, but they have no reason to suspect a cleaning machine they themselves are using. That makes the Robofox a safe and reliable means of getting close to the tower's control systems. That makes as for why nothing turned up in their inspections, the virus is used to infect the network is probably self-destructing. As to why nothing turned up in their inspections, in other words, after it does its thing, it removes any trace that it was ever there. Then, after the inspections are over, the perpetrator hacks a different robot and the cycle starts all over. That way they can exploit part of Trion Tower's control systems to commit their cyber crimes with no one the wiser. The prices do seem to align. I have to say, I'm impressed you were able to put all this together, Nadia. Though Swin deserves some credit as well for noticing something goes off with the Robovacs in the first place. You could tell it was me, and you call us impressive. Yeah, you're pretty quick on the uptake. They wouldn't have made me an A rank otherwise. Would you mind walking me through your thought process? Well, if you really want to know, what tipped me off was the strange way some of the Robovacs were behaving. The routes they were taking felt less than optimal from a cleaning perspective. It was like they were trying to avoid being spotted or keep a low profile in case they couldn't. As someone who's used to staying under the radar, I tend to pick up on this kind of thing. So I see. Incidentally, have you two ever given any thought to becoming bracers? Is that an invitation? It is. The guild is always short-staffed. Our branch in Edith is especially in need now that Fee's returned to Ebernia, and you wouldn't be the first people with a complicated past to register with us. It's surprisingly common, in fact. Well, as tempting as that offer sounds, no way, Jose. The guild burns their members out like a box of matches. And don't get me started on your working hours. I need to save all that room in my planner for back-to-back siestas. Yep, a lazy life for leisure is the only one for me. And there's your answer. Well, no shame in trying. Oh, I spy something on the move. Another Robovac strayed off its expected route. Can you say hacked? I just went in the tower through the back door, probably to launch another viral attack. Right, catching up should give us a clue as to who's responsible for this. It's headed through the observation deck, onwards and upwards. Here's the observation deck. Too bad we can't kick our feet up. The Robovac should be past this door here. Looks like it went to the control room at the top of the stairs. Let's move in then. I've already received permission from security. Right.
No sense going this way.
Oh, I want to buy ice cream. Climb the stairs and into the control room. Over here. I think it noticed us. We're blocking the only exit. There's nowhere to run. It's gonna jump up like R2. Shoot, it's gonna ram itself into the servers and corrupt the data. Not on my watch. R2. You slashed out its legs faster than I could say holy moly. I barely even had time to blink. Less gawking, more investigating. The culprit is bound to have realized what's happened by now. Got it. What the? I think we're out of luck. What? How? The hacking problem... Oh, God. The hacking program's already started the auto-deletion process. And without better hardware, I won't have time to trace the signal back to the perp. At this rate, every last bit of data is going to get wiped. I was afraid of that. Oh, this sucks. Everything past this point is out of my depth. If Ren was here, she'd know what to do. We could send for more personnel and better equipment, but it'd be too little too late. Oh, we finally found a lead and it's slipping right through our fingers.
It appears you're in something of a fix.
Oh God, the crazy old lady shows up. Why would they appear? Professor Hamilton? What are all of you doing here? It was Her Highness's suggestion, actually. Oh God, she's evil, isn't she? You see, I was simply beside myself with curiosity after learning what you were up to. Your call earlier suggested that you'd found some sort of clue in how those cleaning robots are acting. And since the network outages you're investigating are taking place all throughout the city, it stood to reason that you would head to the control room of this tower where Edith's orbital traffic comes from. You act like it's no big deal, but that's some top tier sleuthing there. In any event, it would seem that we made the right choice in coming. Nadia, why don't you try hacking in from your end? Huh, but It'll be fine, dear. Go right ahead. Oh no. What do I do now? It'll be tough going if you jump in unprepared, so allow me to lend you this. Fern. Oh, how adorable. What a peculiar shape. Where have I seen it before? It's, Quattra's robot. While this avatar is borrowed, it contains hacking tools made specifically for orbital networking environments. It should be more than manageable for someone of your ability. Oh, colour me impressed. Okay, here goes nothing. Engage hacking. Initializing. So this is basically... Oh God. This is basically just because Van has... Oh, what's this? What the hell? Occasionally you have the opportunities to set traps for the defensive units. Okay. Oh God. Ah.
Analyzing code. Security clear. Analyzing code. Security clear.
Security clear.
Mission accomplished.
Got him. Mission complete. You managed to trace the signal back? All in a day's work for yours truly. Though I couldn't have done it without that cute little Avi and its tools. Thanks a bundle, Prof. I'm just glad it worked out in the end. So now you know where the culprit is, right? Yep, there were several layers of dummy data to throw me off, but I made it through eventually. The coordinates whoever's been hacking the Robovacs and who's been messing with Edith's orbital network are right here. Where is here exactly? It appears to be just shy of the city's unofficial 13th district, otherwise known as the Black Light District. Thinking back, this reminds me of something Sin mentioned. Supposedly there's a desolate corner of the district where the air is so stagnant that even its residents rarely step foot inside. They call it the Condemned Sector. Yeah, that's fishy, with a capital F. I mean, what a better place to hole up if you're looking to get some evil doing done. We'll just have to go down there and see what we find. I'm afraid the rest of us won't be much help from here on. But I have faith that the three of you will be able to handle things just fine. Take care, everyone. Be safe, okay? We will. Thank you again for your assistance. See you around, Toa. If you're staying in Edith, it's only a matter of time before we run into each other again. Sorry to interrupt, but would you mind if I accompanied you to this condemned sector? Oh, it's fishy. Fishy, fishy, fishy. I don't think that's a good idea. And now she's going to pull out two swords. Two like scimitars. But Sherrod has told me much of it first-hand experience with the Arkride Solutions escapades. If you're substituting for them, it only follows that I should take the place of my brother. Would that not be the natural course of things? That's a pretty big stretch. Not to mention, when I see the two of you interact, it feels as though I'm among old friends. What I mean to say is, you're the spitting image of the protagonists in my favourite book series. Your favourite book series? Yes, it follows a young assassin and the girl he calls his partner in their quest to defy fate. I highly recommend it. While I understand how you feel, Your Highness, I'm afraid I can't allow this. The Blacklight District is lawless as it is, to say nothing of this condemned sector. We have no way of predicting what dangers might be lying in wait down there. I thought as much. It's disappointing to be certain, but I won't protest any further. Even if I had a bodyguard, there's no denying that I would only get in your way. Would that I could borrow Naj from my brother beforehand, then it'd be a completely different story. Anyway, just leave it to us for now. We'll tell you all about our daring do next time we meet up, okay? I'll be waiting with bated breath. May Arisha's protection be with you. Is she going to turn up in an outfit or something? Hey, just popping in with an update from Marduk support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Merkin Durkin. So check it out when you get a chance, okay? Oh god, not another level. A third floor has been added to the Marken Garten.
What a view!
Look at all those...
Hi there. Want to try something? Come again.
teeny